The documentary opens with a geopolitical audit of the Soviet Union's most secretive and terrifying aquatic experiment, the KM Ekranoplan maquette. We analyze the symmetry-breaking discovery by American spy satellites in 1966, which captured images of a gargantuan half-plane, half-ship mechanical ghost taxiing across the Caspian Sea. This segment performs a deep structural audit of the KM's sheer scale, a machine weighing 540 tons and stretching nearly 100 meters, making it the largest aircraft in the world at the time. We explore the physics of ground effect, detailing how the KM utilized a cushion of air to glide mere meters above the water's surface, effectively bypassing the forbidden drag that slowed traditional naval vessels. We dive into the mechanical soul of the propulsion system, 10 Dobrynin VD-7 turbojets. 8 of these engines were mounted on the forward stub wings to blow air directly under the main lifting surfaces, a process known as power-augmented ram, PAR. This was a zero-margin engineering solution to lift such a massive hull out of the water. We examined the acoustic terror of these engines firing simultaneously, creating a sonic profile that could be felt for miles. This act concludes with the industrial secrecy surrounding the project, as the Soviet Navy and Air Force battled over who truly owned this mechanical anomaly that defied every existing category of warfare.
The second act audits the tactical interface of the KM during its 15 years of forbidden testing. We analyze the hydrodynamic scandal of its takeoff runs, where the massive hull had to overcome the suction of the water before transitioning into its glide state. This segment breaks down the internal ballistics of its potential combat role, a high-speed troop transport or missile carrier that could travel at 500 kilometers per hour, far beneath the radar horizons of Western carrier groups. We perform a mechanical audit of the flight deck, which resembled a submarine's control room more than a cockpit, requiring illegal precision from the pilots to prevent the nose from digging into a wave. We explore the symmetry of speed that the KM offered the Kremlin. Because it stayed within the ground effect zone, it achieved a forbidden efficiency that no standard aircraft could match over long distances. However, we also audit the structural fatigue caused by high-speed salt spray ingestion and the constant pounding of waves against the duralumin skin. The narrative captures the pilot-to-platform friction experienced by the crew, who lived in constant fear of mechanical loss of control. If the KM pitched up too high, it would lose its ground effect and stall. If it pitched down, it would disintegrate against the water. This was a zero-margin existence at the cutting edge of Soviet industrial ambition. The finale explores the mechanical twilight of the KM and the tragic physics of its destruction in 1980. We analyze the symmetry-breaking error made by the pilot during a routine test flight, who, against forbidden protocol, attempted to take off without full power. This resulted in a structural scandal as the giant machine pitched up, stalled, and slammed back into the Caspian Sea. We perform a global audit of the rescue attempt, or lack thereof, as the world's largest aircraft slowly sunk over several days, fearing that a salvage operation would reveal its mechanical secrets to the West. This massively extended segment dives into the industrial legacy left behind in the wake of the KM's wreckage. We examine the social resilience of the engineers at the Central Hydrofoil Design Bureau, who watched their life's work disappear beneath the waves, yet immediately transitioned to the mechanical resurrection of the concept through the Lun-class MD-160. We audit the internal ballistics of the Lun, the carrier killer, equipped with 6 massive musket missile tubes, a machine that proved the KM's physics of the lethal glide could be weaponized with zero-margin precision. We further explore the forbidden longevity of the Ekranoplan concept, which continues to haunt naval architects today as they look for ways to move heavy loads at extreme speeds. The narrative captures the acoustic terror of the Caspian Sea Monster's final moments, where the screaming of the 10 turbojets was silenced by the hydrodynamic weight of the sea. We analyze the illegal endurance of the duralumin hull, which resisted corrosion long enough for the machine to remain a mechanical ghost on sonar for decades. The documentary concludes with a mechanical eulogy for the KM, which still sits at the bottom of the Caspian, a mechanical titan that was too large for the world it tried to conquer. We reflect on the symmetry of ambition that drove the Soviet Union to build such a monster, and the industrial warning it provides about the limits of ground effect technology. The final cinematic shot shows the ghostly silhouette of the KM beneath the dark water, a monument to a zero-margin era where the boundary between the sea and the sky was a place of illegal danger and industrial brilliance.